show you. I did that Austin FC dial a while back, and my buddy Larry saw that and said, "Hey, can we do that with Chelsea? But can we modify their logo a little bit and put the UCL Champions 2021 at the bottom?" I said, "I think we can do that." So we were able to do that. Wanted it done in blue, so I found a blue. This blue Scandi insert matched with their blue decently. So we mixed paints for a while until we were able to get that blue looking extremely close, and then custom painted the background of the dial, and that filled everything that was laser etched. So everything around it, the bottom, the background, the logo there at the top, and then that's a slight brushing on that. So that is how the dial came about. So took what he wanted, adjusted that bottom a little bit for him, and then custom painted it. So we did a silver handset on that, and then the second hand I just did a white non-pipped, because I thought it was kind of cool to show the blue going all the way around it. So there's no loom within there. It's just it's an open one, but it's kind of hard to tell that it's open because of that background behind it. So did it in a brush case, but he wanted an aggressive polished shark on there. So you've got a shark bezel on there with that blue Scandi insert. The insert shows both the hour and the minutes under there. These bezels are tension ring bezels, so you can turn them left, you can turn them right. There is no clicking involved. You can set it wherever you like. So with yours, your L is pretty much your 12 o'clock. But one way to adjust that and check it is just line your 315 up with the center of your crown. Or if you're, with this being at an angle, it kind of throws off how you're looking at it. Like, am I on 12? Is that in the middle? I think it's in the middle. So it is definitely a little interesting to get that thing where you feel that it's straight. Obviously, you can look at your watch and know what time it is based on where your hands are. But aligning this with an angled bezel will definitely mess with your head a little bit. So did the 2021 on there for him. We did the CFC on the crown. Brushed case, like I said, polished aggressive shark tooth bezel. It's got a medium window, low profile exhibition case back on there with a stainless steel movement holder going around there and a silver rotor. And then he wanted the logos thrown in on the custom Horween strap. So we got blue stitching. We've got the logo there with the 2021 and then their 2012 champion year as well on the other side. So lighter brown stitching on there. Also a brushed bezel on this with the logo, with my logo on there. So if you ever get a scratch in this, just use the green side of a Scotch-Brite and brush it in. Same thing with this, just brush down and you'll brush it out. So that is your build, man. As you saw on the bezel, you can turn it left, you can turn it right. There's no clicking. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder to keep the time. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active like you're driving, you don't want to lose time, pre-wind it before you put it on. You'll back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind. You'll also feel a little bit of play, and that lets you know you were off any of the threads. So a turn away from you winds it. Backwards does nothing, but it's a lot easier for you to wind back and forth, especially with that aggressive crown coming out pretty far. You can see that right there. It comes up pretty far. So just go back and forth. When you go this way, it does nothing. This way actually winds it. Like I said, just easier to wind it. 4 or 5 seconds of this will keep your time throughout the day, even if you're not very active. If you do it for something closer to 15, 20 seconds, you will max out your 31 plus hour power reserve, which is what I do. I wind it up at night, and I just make sure it's good to go the next day. When you pull it to your one and only click, you can now set your time. I kind of pull back, keeping that tension on there. You'll notice you've got a wobble crown. It's going to deflect lateral pressure from going into the stem, into that movement. So it's deflecting that as you're pushing and prying on. So I just kind of pull back and put some tension on that, so I'm not putting any kind of extra pressures on it. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's
4:28 p.m. So in theory, if I've got your bezel on there straight, which I think I do, that's 4:28 p.m. That looks about right, right? Telling you that bezel will throw you off, man. It will throw you off. Being that like that on the side, you have to kind of like look past it. Don't look at that. Look past it in between the lugs. Push it over, and you can thread it right back down. So that is your build, sir. I think it came out pretty kick-ass. It looks super awesome whenever the light hits it from the side, and that stainless kind of pops. So thought it came out pretty awesome, buddy. So that's your build as a whole. Comes with custom matching beads, whether you wear them or completely up to you. This build will come in a white special edition BVW box. So if my phone does not know where to focus, there you go. It's going to come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts. So everything here in the center, it's non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. Some leather conditioner to keep that Horween strap perfectly soft. If you ever feel that it's not as soft or cracking or anything along those lines, put some leather conditioner on the front and on the back of it, let it soak in, and then remove any excess, but a little bit will go a long way. So just apply it, a nice thin covering over it. You will see how well it covers. So don't throw a lot on there. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon repackaged. It's essentially the same thing as Polywatch, but this is an acrylic glass and you can scratch it. If you do, just put a tiny bit on it, buff against it using your included microfiber. Generate some heat with your thumb and you will knock that scratch out in about 15-20 seconds. Only use what you need because you're just filling that scratch. The rest is going to soak into the rag, get pushed around the bezel, or possibly get pushed under the bezel, and then you got to clean it out with canned air. So just use what you need, put a tiny bit on it, and buff against it, and you will knock that scratch out. So that's your build, man. I hope you like it. I thought it turned out pretty well, and everything looks good on it. So if you want me to make you something custom unique, reach out, and we will see what we can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as we put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.